The sun hung over the double-bar ranch like a branding iron pressed too long against the sky, and every breath Clay Harlan took tasted of dust and scorched pine. He rode in from the north pasture on a gelding named Sorrow, because the horse had been born the same week Clay's mother died, and his father had never been one for gentle names. 28 years had carved deep lines around Clay's eyes, but they hadn't taught him how to read a woman's smile when it didn't reach her eyes. That lesson was coming fast. He loosened the cinch and let Sorrow drink from the trough while he scanned the yard. The hands were scattered, some still out riding fence, others hiding in the bunkhouse with a jug of something that burned worse than the sun. Only one figure moved against the glare, Jessie McKenna, leaning on the top rail of the corral like she owned the place. Which, in every way that mattered, she did. Her father had run the outfit since before Clay could sit a saddle, and Jessie had grown up with calluses on her palms and a mouth that could blister paint. She wore a man's shirt rolled to the elbows, suspenders cutting sharp lines across her shoulders, and a braid the color of fresh-cut hay hanging down her back. When she lifted her chin at him, the light caught the small scar on her lower lip, earned the day she tried to outrun a lightning storm on a half-broke mare and lost. "Pa says don't let the stock drink from the upper creek till we test it," she called. "Found 3 dead coyotes this morning, bellies swelled like tick bags." Clay swung down, boots hitting the dirt hard enough to send up a puff of dust that clung to his chaps. "Poison? Or somebody wants us to think so." She pushed off the rail and walked toward him, spurs chiming. "Either way, you look like you swallowed a cactus and chased it with vinegar. Go wash up before supper." He started to answer, something smart about how she wasn't his foreman yet, but the screen door of the big house banged open and Lillian Harlan stepped onto the porch like a theater curtain rising on the wrong play. She wore red. Not barn red or brick red, but the red of fresh blood under lantern light. The dress hugged every curve God gave her and a few the devil had added later. Her hair was black coffee poured over cream, pinned up with combs that probably cost more than a good cutting horse. In her hand she carried a glass of lemonade so cold the sides wept. "Clay, darling," she said, voice sliding across the yard like warm honey over a blade. "You'll wilt if you don't drink something." He took one step toward her before Jessie's hand clamped on his forearm hard enough to leave bruises. "Don't." One word. Flat. Final. Clay looked down at her fingers digging into his skin, then up at Lillian. The woman on the porch hadn't moved, but the smile had thinned until it was nothing but teeth. "Jessie's overwrought," Lillian said, sweet as arsenic. "The heat does that to girls who spend too much time in the sun." "Jess."